Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First thing first, I will present about the introduction for the coping strategies. As following the journey of life, many challenges and problems we have to face in order to achieve success. Sometimes there are some situations that need us to use some skills or techniques to handle it. So in psychology, we learn about coping strategies. First thing first, what is coping strategy? Coping strategy is the behavioral and cognitive tactics that we use to manage crises, conditions and demands that are appraised as distressing. How does this thing help to ensure happiness in our life? This strategy will help us to deal with life's difficult challenges in a healthy and productive way. Alright, next, talking about strategies. All these strategies have several types that makes them different, I think. Okay, for the coping strategies, there are 4 types, which are, the first one is appraisal focus, or we can call adaptive cognitive. The second one, problem focus, or we call as adaptive behavioral. Then the third one, emotion focus, and lastly, occupation focus coping. For this assignment, the coping strategy that we choose to be discussed is thought control. Yes, thought control. Thought control, or easily we can call brainwashing, is the concept that the human mind can be altered or controlled by certain psychology techniques. It may be the same thing as the mind control, but it's slightly different. Yeah, it's slightly different. This coping strategy is only necessary in certain situation only. And maybe it can be used when our mind starts to think negatively that may affect our emotions and behavior. If we have this sign or kind of face this situation, we must not be alone, or else something worse may be done, because when we face this situation, we cannot think wisely. I think that's all for me.
Okay, Assalamualaikum. So today I will talk about what is thought control techniques. Thought control technique means techniques or strategies that mean for influencing or manipulate people's mind, thought and perspective. And according to Anderson and Hans-Salzmayer, 2014, they said thought control techniques mean for preventing on something that undesired or unpleasant memories. So when can we use these techniques? These techniques can be used to motivate ourselves, or anytime when we want to boost our spirits. And these techniques also can be used whenever you start to feel like giving up on something that you already halfway through. And it also can be used when you start to thinking too much about something threatening or unpleasant topics that increase the accessibility of bad memories.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Rusydi Ruslin. Now I'm going to present about how to implement the technique of thought control. Thought control with positive thinking means that you approach unpleasantness in a more positive and productive way. So you think the best is going to happen, not the worst. Now I'm going to explain in detail about the technique of thought control. Thought control with positive thinking often starts with self-talk. Self-talk is the endless stream of unspoken thoughts that run through your head. These automatic thoughts can be positive or negative. So, health benefits that positive thinking may provide include increased lifespan, lower rates of depression, and lower levels of distress and pain.
Okay, when you face the situation, firstly, find a quiet place and suitable place to gain peace. It is because to gain inner peace, we need to sit alone, or we call me time. Take a deep breath and think again. The second one, and think again and recognize why you think like that, even the negative thing. It is because maybe you can make mistake, and of course negative thinking cannot be avoided, but at least try your best to avoid it. Then the third one, start to make a positive talk against yourself. It is because sometimes we need to try to think wisely and not using the anger or the emotion in it. Deciding using anger and emotion will not giving you a good result. Deciding using anger and emotion will not giving you a good result. End up you will regret yourself because of that decision you made. If all of this also failed to make you feel relief, better you seek a guide from professional guidance, or maybe it can be among our friends. Because sometimes we only need someone to be our listener to tell them our story. So it will be a pleasure if they can help us. So last but not least, the most important thing I want to say is never try to commit any negative things, either it lead to injury or not. Stop harming yourself because no one can cure our health except ourselves.
Hi, I am Azam Rashdan will present to you about conclusion. Can coping strategies can help athletes to reduce their stress levels? Sure, coping strategies can help athletes to reduce their stress level by understanding what if tackle is more deeply. By having a deep understanding of the subject, an athlete can be resilient in real-world situations. However, it is with consistent application and practice that makes an athlete more positive in every obstacle of life. When an athlete is always positive with everything he faces, the risk of the athlete experiencing high stress is relatively less due to his clean thinking. Okay, next. Do application and practice are necessary? Of course, application and practice are necessary because it can help athletes develop their skill by managing their stuff effectively, especially in stressful and challenging situations in their real life. With consistent application and practice in daily life, an athlete become more adept at recognizing and removing negative stuff from his mind. In addition, the athlete is also more likely to use his instinct to make decisions in stressful moments. And lastly, what is my recommendation to athletes in helping them to enhance their sport performance? My recommendation to the athlete about coping strategies, self-control in helping them to enhance their sport performance in firstly is awareness building. It can build the mind of an athlete, especially when in a high pressure situation. Being aware of negative stuff, emotions is an important thing in implement stuff so that an athlete is not disturbed by negative stuff. Secondly, is get guidance from an expert people. Athlete can meet expert people such as sport psychologists or mental health professionals who can provide guidance and advice to implement effective and appropriate tough control strategies and athletes. And lastly, practice regularly and continuously. With regular and continuous tough control practice in training sessions and competitions, athletes can master themselves in controlling their minds rationally. The athlete will not to be old-fashioned, but will be far-sighted and mature. That's all from me. Thank you.